Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto episode 39. Last episode there was a lot of talking, kind of a transitional episode. Long discussion, a lot of questions about how things are going to look moving forward in the show and what the Chunin exams are about. All that kind of stuff we talked about last episode. And now we're getting into a lot more fights and a lot more intensity in the show. And I know that you're not like crazy about fights like some people. But it's really entertaining, and there's a lot of progression that happens in this next little arc here.
Carson has seen Naruto before, because he never says it.
I forget to say it sometimes, especially when I just said it last episode. But yeah, I've seen Naruto a bunch. Lindsay hasn't seen it at all. I'm guiding her on this journey, but we're going to get right into episode 39 of Naruto. Bushy Brow's Jealousy, Lion's Barrage Unleashed. Pretty crazy. Let's go. Kind of seems like the show shouldn't even be called Naruto at this point. It should just be called Sasuke. It's hardly even about Naruto.
They're like, the show's about Naruto. He has these crazy fox powers. Then halfway through, they're like, nah.
It's about the emo kid with the red eyes.
This guy's Sasuke, and we're gonna give him these crazy snake powers. Kakashi just looks like he doesn't even give a shit.
Is that anything new, though? Oh, right, yeah, he was stealing his chakra.
Stop laughing like that.
Stop turning around.
That's right, Sasuke. He's draining your chakra. Yoroi has an extraordinary ninja art at his fingertips. He can absorb an opponent's
Ninja part?
and physical energy.
What a sneaky bitch.
I think he might have said ninja art.
Oh, just let yourself die.
Dude, don't go full force. The fuck?
You've still got some strength left.
Are this supposed to be like sunglasses?
I don't know.
Does someone just not want to
A
drop
guinea
his
pig,
eyes?
he called him. Called him a guinea pig. Touched his hair.
What's the matter? Is that really the best you can do? Is that all he's got? Come on, Sasuke!
He like leaves with them. He's just hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Believe it.
That's it. Me. Big mistake. And you're last. Where'd he go?
Oh my. Oh.
Okay, I admit it. I kind of borrowed that move, but from here on in, it's all original.
Oh, because he was using the Sharingan when he was fighting Lee.
Exactly.
Nice.
You're exactly right.
Now take this. Not again. He keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Even though it's just taijutsu, he's still using his chakra.
I thought it'd just been flying through the air for like 5 minutes.
They had a full-on conversation while floating through the air. Lord Hokage, are you seeing this? Oh damn, it looks so different.
Shut up, loser. Don't write me off yet. Is this it? No. I won't let this thing take over. No way. Here we go.
Oh shit.
How are they still flying in the air?
Who's no match for who?
Kicks him in the balls. Ouch. Oh. Lion's Barrage.
There's a lot of blood coming out of this guy's mouth. And it's a draw!
Sasuke Uchiha, knockout by broken ribs.
Is he, like, alive?
Better throw him in the pile. Okay, dude, relax.
I'm declaring this match over.
Took you long enough.
As the winner of
We're just
this
crouching over his dead body for the last 3 minutes.
advances to the finals.
Is he actually dead?
No.
Okay. Reading.
Not bad.
Oh, not you. I meant the main character of this book.
Funny, before the Lion's Barrage, your technique was very reminiscent of Gai's taijutsu. You must have used your Sharingan to copy it when you fought with Rock Lee.
How did you know about that? You weren't even there. Or was I?
You okay? Hey, Sasuke! You won, but in such an uncool way. You came out looking like you're the one who got beat up.
What an asshole. Still pretty badass that he won. After fighting literally all night. They haven't slept in like 2 days.
Uh-oh.
If I hadn't seen your moves up close when we went head to head, this one would have turned out badly.
That's why he thought of it, because he was up there with Naruto and
Yeah.
Naruto yelled. Okay, we just saw it like 3 times this episode. I mean, it was cool, but...
It's a technique I want to use very often. Amazing. He only saw me do it once, and he was able to copy it perfectly.
It's almost like he has a magic power that lets him do that.
So that is your special ability.
It's not super well known.
You just keep getting
'Cause he's the only
stronger
one.
all the time. A little nervous.
Come on, Lee.
Come on, Lee.
Impressive. But you can't expect to master high-speed taijutsu and lotus movements just like that. It takes more than Sharingan. It takes blood and sweat and brutal training that whittles away your flesh.
What?
So, that last move of yours. He reminds me of you, Kakashi. When you were
Kakashi.
Wasn't anything that special.
I'm gonna pee.
Maybe you should come along to the infirmary too and let us treat your injuries.
I think you're out of your league with this one.
Huh?
I look after it. Okay, up you go. You're coming with me. We've got to seal that curse mark.
Before the preliminaries are over, I want to see who gets to go on to the finals.
Forget it.
What?
And don't even think of arguing. If we leave it any longer, who knows? It may be too late. I've already cut you enough slack as it is. Come on, let's go.
Lucy's finally putting his foot down.
Sasuke.
How fast is he walking? You just turned your head, like, they went from this side of the room to the center in a second and a half. It's gone.
It's actually gone? It's not.
No, it's not. Naruto just didn't see it. Fuck.
Hey, Sakura. Maybe I'm just crazy, but did you see any weird marks on Sasuke's neck during the fight?
Oh, because Naruto wasn't there for that.
Exactly.
Got to prove
And Sasuke doesn't know about the fox thing.
nothing he can
Really.
do in words.
But neither does she.
It doesn't do
She
it.
saw it? They kind of saw it.
I didn't see it. Oh, okay.
Guess I just imagined it.
Okay then.
What is this guy's
Right on to
deal?
the second match.
I'm so glad that they used the TV in the top corner instead of just the one in the middle.
There's that giant
Or like
fingers in the
one on
way.
each side.
Which sucker is that?
Zaku and Shino.
Are we gonna watch every fight?
I think, yeah. I think actually,
wow.
yes.
Step forward, please.
You seem to be very proud of these.
Imagine missing this episode as a kid if you're watching week to week. It's like, Sasuke's my favorite character. He's so cool. He always does the right thing. Holy shit, I didn't see that episode.
Well, Zaku, how you pull this one off will be a sight to see.
That's some bullshit right there.
Just disappeared. Not even substitution. He just zipped out of there. during his own students' fight.
If you fight me, you won't be able to recover. Forfeit and withdraw.
But what do you know? I've got a little movement in one of them. One good arm's more than enough to beat you.
You couldn't beat me using both your arms.
Yeah, well, I've got news for you. Try this. Slicing Soundwave.
Now I'm deaf.
My team knew me for my hearing abilities.
Yeah,
No longer.
true. Is that the end? Oh, okay. Oh, right. I forgot about this.
Alright, Full Metal Alchemist.
Pretty much.
Okay. It'll be
It's
over.
a large blood seal.
You ready? Curse ceiling.
Is this what they like did to Naruto when he was a baby?
Sort of.
And also kind of what just got done to Naruto like recently to like reseal him a bit, or Orochimaru.
Next time that curse mark starts acting up, the seal should keep it in check. But remember, this curse sealing jutsu is only as strong as you are. It derives its power from the strength of your will. If that will ever weakens, if you ever begin to doubt yourself, the curse will be unleashed in all its fury. Amazing. Too tired to even argue.
How you've grown. To think you've become strong enough to perform the curse sealing jutsu.
You.
They have the same pants.
Long time no see, Kakashi.
But you couldn't see through my disguise earlier.
Orochimaru.
The end.
That was one episode?
Yeah.
That literally seemed like it was 2 minutes long.
Yeah, well, when you have an episode that moves as slow as the last one, and then have one where some shit actually happens, a full fight, the start of a next one, and Kakashi doing the seal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of shit to happen in one episode of Naruto, let me tell you.
Got to see some people fight.
Indeed. Who do you think is going to win between Zaku and Shino? Shino's the bug guy, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to say because it would definitely be more interesting going forward if like all the sound ninja like past this part and we're in the next part. But I mean, everyone's the like bug guy. What's the bug guy's name?
Shino.
Shino's powers and like abilities have like only been kind of hinted at this point. So that leads me to believe that he might, like, pull something out and win just based purely on, like, the other guys are like, well, I wouldn't want to fight him, that's
Yeah.
for sure. And I'm like, well...
I guess I'll take your word for
yeah,
it. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really seen him do that much yet, so... But we've seen,
Zaku.
Zaku fight, and he was, like, alright, but now that his arms are wrecked... Well, at least one of his arms is wrecked. He's definitely not gonna be, like, at the level that he was at last time we saw him.
Mhm.
He's been through, like, quite a bit. And, I literally just forgot his name again. Bug guy.
Shino.
Shino, I'm sorry.
It's funny that you do that because that's kind of a meme with him, is that everyone forgets about him because he's so quiet.
I'm sorry. But Shino, he hasn't had a scratch on him. He hasn't, like, pretty much... like done anything really.
Yeah.
So like he's at like he's like at 100% because they also got there way earlier and have just been waiting around for like days at this point recovering, and so that just makes me think that he's gonna win.
That's fair. Those are all good reasons to think that. Anything else that you noticed during the episode? The sealing jutsu is pretty crazy.
Yeah, sealing jutsu is pretty crazy. It looked like straight out of Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, actually. It's crazy to see like actual magic like shit in this, because like it's been very like Japanese in its like, I don't know, magic or its style, but then that you see that and you're like, that seems really, I don't know, necromancer, like a lot more
like,
fantasy.
like literal like alchemy kind of thing. Like I don't know, just like, or not even like that, but like magic, like writing out spells.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like,
it seems more like a spell than a jutsu as we've come to know them, which are kind of the same thing, but still. Yeah.
It's just interesting to see, and obviously I don't know, if Naruto has like some kind of thing around his belly.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that that's like the seal.
It is, yeah. Orochimaru said that, oh, so this is the seal.
Yeah, and then Orochimaru like did something so that Naruto like couldn't access that part anymore.
Because the seal had been weakening slowly.
Yeah.
And then it like had a big weakening when in the fight with Haku on the bridge. So, and then Orochimaru was like, this is pretty fucking annoying. I'm just gonna zip that one back up for you.
Yeah, and so obviously we get, like, at the time that we saw Orochimaru do that, you were like, oh, that's just a thing he can do. Like, he can just, like, he can just, like, extra seal someone's body, like, no problem. But now we're seeing, like, okay, Kakashi's doing this, like, curse seal, and then Orochimaru's like, wow, what a long way you've come to be able to do this, like, crazy thing. So then you're like, oh, okay. So now we have, like, we already kind of know what level Kakashi's at, and we know that, like, Orochimaru is obviously, like, way above him in terms of, like, this, like, weird, like, other type of stuff.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, so just a reminder, Orochimaru was Anko's sensei. She called him Orochimaru Sensei, and Anko, I think Anko and Kakashi are about the same age, roughly, so that means that Orochimaru is probably, like, if Kakashi's, like, in his 30s or something, or maybe, like, late 20s, then, fucking Orochimaru must be, like, 40, or maybe older, so that makes sense, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like it was a nice bit of, like, perspective into, like...
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Who's more powerful and, like, in comparison to someone else that we are very familiar with. And
and that's a good thing. It's like how I was talking about during, like, when Zabuza was first introduced, and Naruto and Sasuke do that bit of teamwork that, like, lets Kakashi get free from the water prison by throwing that fucking shuriken. That, like, fight and everything that happened in that arc was a good way to help us establish where everyone is relative to each other power-wise, and Kakashi's a good baseline for, like, the level above, like, the real-life level of, like, above where Naruto and Sasuke are. Like, they're pretty strong, but, like, this is someone who is, like, a famous person, really fucking strong, renowned to be, like, really strong, probably, like, and is a Jonin and shit. So when he reacts, like, when fucking Orochimaru talks to him softly in a echoey little cavern while he's vulnerable, like, you know, you have a good idea of what that must mean to Kakashi, or for the power scaling in the whole
like,
series.
the last, like, villain was, like, Zabuza and, like, Haku, and, like, Kakashi, like, didn't even really care about, like, he cared about it, but it was, like, he wasn't, like,
there's no way I can beat him.
Holy crap, there's no way I could ever defeat these guys. Like, this is gonna be a tight race. He was just like, oh, I guess I have to fight these guys.
He was scared, but it's like...
But he also had to protect the bridge builder, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and, like, he had other things to think about.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And, I don't know, just interesting. Yeah, I don't know, I guess because I don't know, I just really appreciate that, because we saw already... We've seen Orochimaru, like, fight other people, but we didn't know... Either it was, like, children and he wasn't actually trying to kill them, or... Anko, yeah. Anko, he, like, fought Anko, but we didn't know, like, sort of Anko's level. Like, there was nothing to compare it to. It was just a fight between two people who we weren't quite sure what level they were at, I guess.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed our little discussion here.
Oh, I was also gonna say, like, I know you mentioned, like, in the thing, like, the Sharingan isn't, like, a super well-known thing, I guess, especially for
Oh,
like
yeah.
younger people,
Yeah.
but it just seems like every time someone like uses it, just the base use of like copying someone's jutsu after seeing it one time, they're like, oh my god, and he just copied my jutsu with only seeing it one time. This is incredible. Like,
Yeah. Are you asking why that is?
I'm just, yeah, like,
So, the reason that's such a powerful thing is jutsu require like months, if not years, to develop and master. Like
Okay.
specific techniques, like actually require so much intensive training that it literally takes people months of just studying the hand, like not just the hand signs, but how to focus your chakra in this specific way to make this effect happen and have more control over it. So when somebody
Okay.
just shows up, looks at you, watches you do it once, and then instantly copies it, that's like a god mode ability that
Okay.
is like insane because they didn't have to train years to do this taiji. Like imagine how long Lee had to train to get that, like to get his speed and his crazy taijutsu prowess and like the ability to fight without ninjutsu, just kicking the shit out of people. Like, imagine how long he had to train to do that, and then Sasuke watched it once and then did it and won his fucking fight. Like,
Yeah.
that's insane. And then all the shit that Kakashi does, that's why Kakashi's so strong, is because they say he knows 1,000 jutsu and all that shit. Like,
Okay, I guess
it's an insane level of power. And the reason they're like, Lee's like, oh, so that's how the Sharingan works. It's because everyone knows about, like, the Uchiha clan is super, oh shit. Recording has been disabled. Okay, and we're good. The Uchiha clan is famous, but Sasuke's the only one left other than his older brother, who's now like a rogue ninja. So people know that like people have heard that that's what the Sharingan does or allows you to do, predict movements and copy them, but they don't know that that's how, like, it's like that. Like, you see, it's one thing to hear like, oh yes, so they say the Uchiha clan have this thing called the Sharingan, and when they watch you do a jutsu, they can just fucking do it, and then they're just like, holy damn, like, that would be insane to fight one of them, but it's probably not that good. And then they see Sasuke pull this crazy maneuver out of his ass, and then they're just like, holy shit, I didn't think that it was that strong or powerful.
I guess I just never
So
really,
that's how it works,
like,
kind of thing.
I guess I didn't realize, like, what a crazy deal that was, because I had never seen, like, we haven't really seen anyone, like, try and learn a new jutsu, other than Naruto learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu, like, immediately in the first episode, when he, like, stole that scroll.
Not technically true. He learned it in that moment of intensity, but like that was their final exam over like the years that they had been in the academy and learning to focus their chakra and do jutsu. So that was the fact that all of the other kids were doing that, they were studying how to do that for a long time.
Okay.
Because it's a specific jutsu. But yeah, Naruto did learn it really quick because he had that burst of... another thing, like, Naruto's big thing with chakra control, he can make a shitload of clones, but that's just because he has the Fox Jutsu, or the Fox Chakra. If he just had his chakra, like, when he just had his chakra, you saw how that worked out. He tried to make the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and then he just had a dummy, like, falling all over the floor, because he doesn't have the control over everything. He just has enough chakra that with his sloppy, shitty control, he has enough to draw from that if he makes mistakes, that can compensate for it, so he can still do it. And yet you're right, we haven't seen people train a new jutsu. We've only seen, like, the Sharingan is an inborn ability that Sasuke has, and we've seen him do the fireball, but he can do that from the beginning, other than the Shadow
We've
Clone
seen
and the
him,
transformation.
like, do several different fire jutsus, but we haven't seen him be like, all right, I'm gonna buckle down and I'm gonna learn this.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only things we've seen are, like, special ninja arts and abilities, or shit that they have just known. We haven't seen anybody learn anything. Like, there's Haku's Ice Mirrors, which is a Kekkei Genkai, the Sharingan, which is a Kekkei Genkai, which is like a bloodline trait, a bunch of shit like that. So all the craziest stuff have been things that people are either born with or have known for a long time. But yeah, so that's an important thing. That's why the Sharingan's so overpowered. It's not just, he just knows what I'm gonna do. It's like, he can bypass years of training and just to get to exactly where I am, as long as he can control his chakra, which Sasuke is relatively good at. So there you go. Does that clear everything up?
Yeah.
Kind of a long rant to explain all that, but yeah. All good? Are you sure you're done this time? Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode of Naruto. Make sure you like this video and check out our other videos. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.